Ladies and gentlemen, voted Long Island's best podcast by a bot farm in Russia. It's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just.
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Huh?
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 324. I am B.
Chick.
I'm Ryan.
And, guys, today's episode is sponsored by Loadless Laundry. Let me tell you guys something, guys. Doing laundry stinks, does it not?
Yeah, it does.
With Loadless, you can text to get your laundry picked up, washed, folded, and returned. You can just do random... We're not good at live reads. I'll tell you that right now, Loadless.
You got a mouse in your pocket? None of us have tried. I'm probably not either, but we haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, you're the one who keeps
You could do
doing
it next week.
Butchering it.
Okay.
Hey, doing live ads stinks. But you know what's worse than live ads?
No, it doesn't. This is great.
Laundry. You can just do random pickups, or you can do. I'm fucking.
Finish it.
Guys, I'll be honest. Loadless operates on an affordable monthly subscription. You can get $10 off your first wash by entering code ADULTBABY. That's ADULTBABY when you subscribe. Check them out at GoLoadless.com, baby.
Go Loadless.
Yeah.
You text them. They pick up your laundry. They do it. Drop it right back off to you.
Yeah, it's a simple service.
Yeah.
And I think people should be doing it, all right?
Yeah.
Because we want a little kickback.
I did ask Monique uses a service like this, and I asked you.
Yeah.
I mentioned that, and I asked her what the name of it was, and it's not that company. I said, check out this place. Maybe she said that they don't go as far. She's a little bit further. She's pretty far
okay.
east.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think it's a more centralized location.
What is it, just Farmingdale?
Yeah.
I don't know how wide it goes, but not which is understandable if you drive
Farmingdale,
it.
Massapequa, Bethpage area.
Yeah.
Town of
Otherwise-
Oyster Bay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Is that Oyster Bay? Farmingdale is
Yeah.
Oyster Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oyster Bay.
It's wide. It's a big. How far does it go?
I don't think it's
Goes
one of
all the way
the
to
bigger towns.
But it goes all the way north, doesn't it?
Like I call it town.
How
hubs.
north?
Doesn't it go to the water?
It goes to Oyster Bay.
Goes Oyster Bay is a town by the water.
Yeah,
Yes,
The
but
fact
it's,
that it
it's
goes-
just that. It's basically
narrow.
Oyster. It's narrow. It's Oyster Bay straight down to Pequa. And I think like Seaford and Syosset and those are in there.
Why stop at Pequa at that point? I mean, you're already
Because of
almost
water.
back at the water.
I think the next one to the
Oh, does it go all the way to the water?
yeah.
So it's okay. So it's like splits the whole island.
It's a little slice
and
of heaven.
that's the most western town.
No,
in,
this town of Hempstead.
no. I mean in Suffolk.
Oh, you consider?
Oyster Bay must be the.
I don't think it goes any in Suffolk. Well, I guess you consider.
Oh, that's all.
Farmingdale's
Farmingdale is Suffolk, isn't it?
half of it.
Half of it.
It's
No,
really
we're-
just
Oh.
110.
What's Amityville?
That's
Amityville's
Suffolk.
110.
That's
Suffolk.
Suffolk.
That's
yeah.
Suffolk.
Yeah. That's like the Suffolk border.
Interesting.
Yeah. Once you
Oyster
get
Bay
off of
is
110,
part
you're in
in-
Nassau County, basically.
Yeah. So Oyster Bay is part Suffolk, part Nassau, too.
I really wouldn't even consider it Suffolk. because
No.
I don't
And only-
consider
No, it's
Farmingdale
all-
Suffolk.
It's only Nassau.
yeah.
It's only Nassau.
Yeah.
I think
so
that
it's
turns
the
into town of Babylon.
easternmost
We're in between the town
township.
of Babylon and town of Hempstead. I
Yeah.
believe.
Now, what is a
Interesting.
hamlet? Does anybody
That's
know?
like a
Isn't
hamlet,
that a
I
little
think, is like
housing development?
No, because it's like
it's a small town that's like I feel like they usually have their own cops.
yes.
right? Like
Oh,
isn't-
so
I
when
mean,
you see like Freeport Police, that's a hamlet?
I think
like-
so.
Yeah, but I don't think Freeport's a hamlet.
Maybe by the water, though, is.
Maybe
They
it
have
is.
their own police.
Now-
Amityville has their own police.
Farmingdale is an incorporated village,
Yeah, you've
Not
seen the
all of
signs.
Farmingdale, just the
Yeah.
incorporated village part.
just where I am. I'm in the
Yeah, that's
incorporated
not
village.
the whole
Oh, you're
town.
not.
I'm not in the incorporated
Oh
village of Farmingdale.
man, slumming it outside of the incorporated village, huh? I always knew. That's why you wear sweatpants.
Yeah, exactly.
People aren't allowed to wear sweatpants in the incorporated village.
A hamlet is a small settlement that is smaller than a town or village.
Okay.
It's often described as a small settlements, but they can also be defined as administrative They can be defined for administrative purposes.
Reading isn't so easy, huh?
No.
So Hamlet is basically like when people say like I live by like what is it, like Cedar Shore, whatever it is, off of
Yeah.
Massapequa, like that.
Yeah,
guess
there's a lot of
that's
hamlets.
probably a
There's
hamlet.
like Fort Salonga, maybe. No, I don't know. Maybe.
Fort Salonga is a town.
Yeah, I guess you're
But
right.
maybe it's got a hamlet. Listen.
I think a hamlet, we're talking like a few blocks,
Yeah. Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
but we really don't know what we're talking about.
No,
as usual.
I'm trying to learn here. Is what
Yeah,
I'm trying to
no,
do.
no.
Yeah.
Well, these people can call in and help us
Like
out.
there's Idle Hour. Do you know Idle Hour
Yeah.
in like by like Oakdale?
Yeah.
that feels tiny. That feels like it's probably a hamlet.
That's Hamlet.
It's got
like.
Hamlet vibes.
When I
vibes,
think
right?
of a hamlet, I think of a little like community, like a gate, like Viceroy.
No, you're not.
To
You're
me, is
thinking
like
of a
hamlet.
community like a. No, it's not like that.
No, but when I think of Hamlet, because I feel like there are some that are called Hamlet, something Hamlet,
Right.
And there is one,
and they're just like it's like Viceroy is a Hamlet,
Yes.
in my opinion.
but I don't think that's what it is. I think it's a small part of a town. But
That's exactly what he explained.
right.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I'm explaining.
But
to
they
you now.
operate under the government of a bigger town. They just have they're like it's a way. It's a snobbish way of being like we're not actually
It's like a
in,
condo.
Yeah, because there's like always a good part of town, and a bad part of town. So the hamlet is just their way of being like, yeah, I live in Huntington, but it's like it's one of the nicer parts of Huntington.
Right.
So it's just a way for them to tell people without saying all that.
This is
that
the
I
good
live
part.
in a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
area. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I live in
there's never
Huntington Hamlet.
yeah, there's no shitty hamlets. There's
That should
nobody
be-
that's like, wow, you live in that hamlet?
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be shitty
bad Hamlet?
Yeah, I feel like there's got to be
There's
a bad
no.
Hamlet.
There's no hood Hamlets.
No hood hamlets.
No.
I want to see a Project Hamlet.
If you live in a hood, if you know of a hood hamlet,
Please send us a photo.
yeah, comment, please.
No. Nobody's like, come back to the Hamlet, get your ass beat.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
No.
Reppin' Hamlet.
Repping the Hamlet, the big H.
yeah.
Anywho,
Anywho,
Your segues are just
chef's kiss.
yeah.
How you guys doing? How you feeling? How was your week?
Good.
You
Yeah.
feeling better? I see.
Yeah, I was supposed to go snowboarding and I went up and then I didn't actually go snowboarding because I just didn't feel well enough.
oh,
Terrible.
Like I felt okay. Like I wasn't really run down, but I wanted to feel better and it was like 15 degrees. I'm like, if I
so
spend
what did you do in lieu of?
Well, Monique's friend rented a cabin up in the what was it? Catskills? Yeah,
Okay.
Catskills. I was get the Catskills and the ones. What's the ones in Pennsylvania? The
Poconos?
Poconos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lake Wallapapack?
Is that in the Poconos?
It's right near the Poconos.
Lake Wally.
basically, yeah.
Yeah. They got an Airbnb up there. It was like on a creek, like
Those
right
things are
right by a
awesome, though.
mountain. Yeah, it was really
beautiful,
so.
right?
We just hung out there. We did a couple of things. Went to saw the world's largest kaleidoscope.
I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Were you sick the whole time, or were you all like able
I-
to do things?
No, it was fine. I definitely
Yeah.
get to certain times. I get to a point where I'd like to go lay down for a while, but we took advantage of having a house to ourselves for a
Yeah.
while.
There you go.
So yeah, big windows.
I can only imagine.
Just praying somebody was watching you guys.
A couple of deer, hoping for a couple of deer walk by to catch a glimpse.
They
of it.
remind me of the Showtime late night show, the Voyeurs, when they used to have it. Was
Oh,
like
yeah.
it was always like, this is when I was younger. You know, you watch what you can, but they would be like I guess the classy pornos.
Yeah,
Where it was like somewhat, and there would just be somebody like creeping through a fucking window watching this two go
It's
at
like
it.
I don't. We never really talked about it, Monique and I. But I wouldn't say I'm into it, but a little bit I am. Like if we start, the windows are open. I'm always like, yeah, leave them open. But I'm not like, yeah, leave them open up against the glass. Yeah. But it's
you
funny
would-
because but it's only when you're away on vacation where you're not going to see somebody you know. Like
you don't
when
wanna
we're
do it
in
here.
Yeah, when we're in her place, she has like these big windows and she has nosy neighbors. So it's always like as soon as we start, it's just like close them up. Yeah. We're walking outside and catch eye contact, especially stuff that we'd be saying. You
Oh
know?
yeah, my parents they still talk about one time they saw their neighbors having sex across the street.
Yeah, it's
They
exciting.
said they got out of bed and both watched.
You have
told me.
to.
You have
They're
to.
like, yeah,
yeah.
because they're kind of a weird. We don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah.
My mom's very
A
nosy.
buddy of mine was working, and he works in the elevator union, and they just happened to they would get high in like a skyscraper and look across, and there was like wide open windows and just this couple going at it. I got a video. She's like, check this out.
Yeah. Yeah, you see that stuff a lot.
Yeah, man.
See it a lot.
I've never been lucky enough to just see some randos banging.
Right. Or
That is that is lucky. That would have been exciting. That's exciting when that happens.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
I'll never forget. Well, I talked about it on here on New Year's Eve. I was leaving what's the old comedy club in Long Island City, Creek in the Cave.
Yeah.
And I was going to my buddy's house, and I saw somebody clear as day. It's like they were performing for
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
And I was in a cab, and it was raining. It was just a sadness.
It's dark out, and they have the lights on in there. It's like,
Yeah.
so that's on purpose.
It was silhouette.
I had
Silhouetted.
somebody who just was like they wanted to. She went down on me while we were driving on the highway at like rush hour, ass out, naked, just like it was like anybody who we drove past was just like looking down. There was some people like, hey, and others like, oh, what the fuck is going
Jesus.
on? I was even like, this is all right. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But
You're
you know,
a bad enough driver as it is. I can't imagine where you were
driving
at
down
there.
the Southern State with some girl fucking head down, ass up.
That's definitely
out the window.
unnecessary
Yeah.
for a blowjob.
I agree with you. It was completely unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how she was.
Yeah. So it was fun. Yeah, it was nice. You know, it snowed while we were there, and
Now, do you snowboard? I forget.
snowboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to go again because I definitely was excited to go, but yeah, I'm like, and I could have gone, but I'm like, I would almost just be going to prove like I can still go, you know, like, but I'm like the smart thing to do is to not go and like, end up in worse condition.
But the problem is, I mean, how the amount of time you don't get to do that often, and you're up
Yeah, I
there.
know.
You just want to like, all right, I'm here.
Yeah, until you come down with pneumonia, though, and you're dead right
I
now.
know. That's
I
it.
didn't want to end up in worse condition, but I'll go back up. Yeah,
He does things. He'll actually go back up.
yeah.
feel
I want to
like.
buy a board. I don't have a board, so I'd have to rent.
Yeah.
And
that
I just want to
stinks.
buy everything. I used to have everything. In fact, I
never
have
went
I have a snowboard, but it's probably like it's so old I wouldn't really use it. But the whole idea of having to rent beforehand is really a big
That
hurdle to get
sucks.
over. If I can just grab my stuff and go, I can on a day trip. I'll just drive
Yeah.
up for the day and go.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you got to have everything.
The only 2 times I went skiing were with like Pee Wee football at the end of the senior year. Like we was a senior for 2 years. At the end of each year, you went away on a snow trip, and we went skiing both times and had
That's
a
nice.
blast. But I can honestly say I've never, like, I don't think I've been back on like a mountain skiing or like even attempting snowboarding since.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
And now
I
I'm
miss
almost
it.
to the point where it's like I don't want to try because I'm old. Where it's like the only thing that's going to happen is I'm going to get hurt. Like I don't see anything good coming out of it except me breaking something.
I got
It's definitely
invited to do a
possible,
show
yeah,
up
but-
in Wyndham or something this weekend. I was going to do a little skiing, but just didn't work out with.
But you're a skier, like
I am a skier,
You know
but I
how to
haven't
ski.
skied in a few
amazing
years
with
now.
that crooked back of yours.
Well, this is before my back wasn't always crooked.
How did that happen?
I don't know, just
The
life.
kidney thing, or was it
Yeah,
just
the
life
ki-
beating
why would
you
the
down?
kidney thing do that?
I don't know if it fucked up your posture or something. I don't know.
It was so bad it weighed a lot, like a
Yeah, who the
like a
fuck
big
knows, bro?
tit.
Maybe
No.
surgery. One of the surgeries
No,
didn't
it's
go
just
great.
I've been, it's years ago I twisted it on the ice actually, so that was like the original thing. That's funny to you?
Yes.
I don't know why that's funny
twisted
to
it
him.
on the ice. How often are you on the ice?
We were on the ice walking up here. You know
Yeah,
when it's
that's
cold
true.
out. Dumb comment.
I fell on the ice the other day.
Yeah. How often are you on the ice?
You're right. But I didn't twist anything.
Well, all right, because there's so much padding that you have. But I just did like a little twerk on my back. Twerk.
yeah, that's
And that's
Even
also
better with twist.
yeah, twist, whatever. But it threw it out, and then it's kind of never
all
been the
it
same
takes.
since.
Yeah, oh, wow.
And also, I do I lift stuff for my job, so it's just a continuation. But it's been a lot better. Stretching is the key.
And if you're a good skier and you take it easy, you can ski. It's like less work than walking.
Skiing is
It
just
probably is if
yeah,
you're that
just
good.
sliding.
It is.
Yeah, you just go if you go on the green and blues and you just relax. You
towards
on the way
the
down.
end of my skiing career. On my back, I did have the back issues, but yeah, never while I was skiing. It's such an adrenaline rush.
Were you ever like a black diamond guy?
always black diamond? Yeah,
Really? So
yeah.
you were good, huh?
I mean, black diamonds around here. It's not like you know, if you're experienced, you can do it.
Are they just? This is gonna be the dumb amateur part of me. Are they just like the slope higher, or is it just what's the
Steeper.
difference?
Yeah, it's just steeper.
Yeah.
And some
Unless
some
it's
of
double
them have-
Do they
diamonds.
not ice it, but make it slicker where you're
No.
sliding
No,
down?
no,
Like
no.
they
That's
don't.
crazy.
I don't
But
know.
No
most-
mountain ever wants ice. It's always like
Okay.
if you ever ski out
West,
west,
it's all
powder.
Powder. That's
yeah.
what they say. Yeah.
Out west skiing is top notch.
Yeah,
I've
there's
been
not,
out there.
it's not even like the same thing.
That's what I've heard.
When
I
you
don't
go
know
out
what
there,
the-
it's like
yeah.
you really don't even want to come back here and do it because it's like
That was the last time I skied. I did. I was in Park City, Utah. Beautiful. It was unreal.
Yeah.
Explain how, like, when I think of powder, I don't think of it being better because I feel like you're not gliding as much as like. Wouldn't you be
No, you are
faster
when you're on
ice?
when you're on. No, you don't want to be on ice.
I don't mean ice, but I mean like
ice,
a little.
you have less control though.
Fair enough.
With the powder, you know, your
feel
skis,
like-
your skis can be lost under the snow. Like they disappeared. Sometimes you don't even see your skis.
Really?
But you're
and
going.
you're just cutting through powder, but you're downhill on
Yeah.
waxed wood
Yeah, that's
on
true.
snow. Like
Yeah,
you're
you're
not
going.
just-
It's-
you'll go.
You're not stopping. And then I did that and it was unreal. Like you're hitting mountains that like the views are unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're hitting some of these mountains where like I'm the first one to hit it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like there's no tracks.
Yeah.
And then I came back
It's
and
not
did like
fake snow.
no, and I come back and do Hunter Mountain. And it's just like
know.
ice and
Every turn is
that sound. That's the
when you're
sound
when
of-
you're out west. It's
So what is that? It's because it's like iced up a little bit, right?
well because they blow. They don't. You don't get enough snow out here for
So they
one.
make fake
So
snow?
they make snow. The mountains aren't as big. They're not as high up. So it's just yeah. You can go up. If Vermont is a little bit better. Like Killington's a little bit better. I've skied in Canada. That's I used to ski before.
Now is Canada, or is that even true? Where Canada, the East Coast, isn't as good as the
no, 'cause
West?
it's just the mountains are taller and it's colder and they can get snow.
Where in
then
Canada
it's
did
better.
you go?
Okay,
Mount Tremblant, in
Okay.
Quebec. Yeah,
I like tubing.
Yeah.
that's fun.
No,
It's
listen,
fun. Yeah, it
tubing is fun.
Listen,
It's fun.
if I could get on a tube and not kill myself, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I would enjoy the same shit because I would stop, maybe
Yeah.
smoke a little
Yeah.
bit, whatever,
If you can smoke, he's happy.
and then fucking enjoy these views.
You know, I
know.
want to try. I want to just try a snowmobile. Looks like so much fun.
Snowmobile's great.
I don't
Yeah,
know if I
never
want to
done that.
snowmobile down something. I'd rather be flat.
Yeah, but even flat would be fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to snow
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to
Anytime I've
snowmobile
ever
down a black
done
diamond.
like what do they call them? It's like the quads.
Oh, I never really
know,
driven those. I'm
Quad or I've been on a jet ski just a couple times.
Jet skis,
it's
that's
always
it.
so much fun.
No, I
And
love
feel like
jet
a snowmobile
skis.
would
It's
just
incredible.
be the same thing, just in snow it. It's like
I like jet skis because if I fuck up, even though you can get very hurt in a jet ski,
Yeah.
I'm not downplaying it. In my head, the water to me is a safety net. Whereas if I'm on a quad or something like that and I fuck up,
that might end up being more dangerous though because you have a false sense of security.
You're
when
right,
on a jet ski, and You're
100%.
gonna do stupid shit. 'Cause it's water. Yeah.
no, I
well,
agree with you, but
Yeah.
it gives me more. You know, when you're more confident, like to me, I'd rather a confident driver
Yeah.
next to me going a little too fast
Yeah.
than somebody who's not confident, who's like going
Yeah.
slow. Like I don't know.
I mushed once. You ever mush?
No. Oh, like the dog sledding?
Dog sledding?
Yeah, I would never do that now, but yeah.
It was
Don't the dogs love that? though?
I've heard that too. I just have a hard time believing.
I was an experience of a lot. No, they are. This is in Colorado.
Yeah.
And these dogs, they're bred for that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the dogs are awesome. They weren't. It wasn't like where you feel like you're
Yeah.
abusing these.
Yeah, when I
dogs.
was in Alaska, I like they had it there, and they had all the dogs waiting to go. And
Those
I,
dogs
like,
love
you,
it,
You were
man.
able to
Yeah,
go up and like
it's-
pet them. They all seemed like they were super stoked
They-
to be
yeah,
there, happy
they
when they took
love
off.
it.
They seemed excited. So
I don't think
maybe
that-
I would do it.
I think the people who also have them, like they're part of their family. I don't think
Yeah,
there's
right.
a lot of mistreating of those.
Yeah,
dogs.
this was like the real deal, and we drove way up into the mountains of Colorado. Beautiful.
Yeah, that sounds
and
fun.
me and my mom were on one sled. My dad, my sister
Do
on
they
another.
cook? Like, do they get going?
They do, but it was you sit there and they wrap you in blankets and they give you. You stop for cocoa.
Oh,
but
wow.
the guy Mushing tells he tells stories
While you're going,
while you're going. It's like one of the things that like I'll never forget. And then you stop somewhere, and that's you grab food. And I think we actually
That actually is
also
awesome.
might have done what the hell you just said, the ski. What the fuck is it called?
the snowmobile.
Snowmobile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have been. I might be confusing two trips,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, it was
So
was
just
unbelievable.
the two of you and the guy was all they pulled?
Yep.
Just 3 people at a time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be a weight limit, I would imagine.
Yeah,
that they
probably.
Can pull or can't pull.
Yeah. And you know
Probably.
how many dogs per?
Oh, it was
Sled?
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
I was gonna say it's a straight line of them, right? They usually do or
doubles.
two? Oh, doubles.
Doubles.
Yeah.
I thought it
Like
was
the
a straight
reindeer.
line. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the coolest thing ever. Highly recommend it. But yeah, I guess I'm sure there's places where it's like this is a little shady.
Yeah.
But this wasn't one of
That's
them.
what I'm saying. I bet you there are, like everything. There's people who abuse a good thing, but I think the
Like
people
everything.
like out in Alaska who really like
Yeah,
depend
that's-
on them. Those are like part of their family.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there's that story too, the movie about the guy who went to go save all his dogs that they left outside in that big snowstorm.
Oh yeah.
What was it 8 Below or some shit like that?
Yeah, I never watched it.
It's actually it's a sad movie, but it's really good.
Yeah. I have a hard time watching like sad pet movies.
But if I remember correctly, I don't want to blow it, but I don't think it was.
when did it come out?
I don't think it's like Marley and Me sad.
Yeah.
I think it's just sad what happened, even though I think it was a good ending.
All
I think- basically, he worked in Alaska, and they have these sled dogs, and they had to get out quick, and something happened where they wound up having to leave the sled dogs outside. Like they were in like terrible fucking conditions, and they had to go back and save them.
Those dogs are built to be in that weather though.
But
you
no,
know?
but not. It was like a storm.
no,
Like,
not
everybody
like
had to
that.
get the fuck out.
You know. Oof.
Most of the chicks' offerings to a conversation, there was a movie about that once.
Yeah.
I think the description of the movie.
I never did it before.
Yeah.
No,
I would
but
love to mash.
mush.
Mush.
Yeah.
You mash.
I mash, you mush, whatever.
So yeah, I ended up buying a kaleidoscope. I'm like now obsessed with kaleidoscopes, and
This is
Well, I
from the museum, huh?
yeah, it's
Or
from
the-
The what? He said it again.
the museum.
You really can't say that
Yeah.
word.
I want you guys to look into it.
Look at him avoiding it. He really can't say that word.
Yeah.
Please say it one more time for me.
Museum.
Oh God, I can't take it.
Look into it.
Whenever I think of kaleidoscopes, I think
Oh, yeah.
about the prank where you get the black circle on your
Yeah.
eye.
Can I make a criticism of your kaleidoscope?
Okay,
The hole isn't big enough.
your
what
hole
she
isn't big
said.
enough.
No, I feel like it should be a little bigger. The hole.
Yeah, let me see.
Well, I think
And-
it's a
and-
thing with light.
And
like
I'll
it's
say
gotta-
this:
Yeah.
after one twist around, I'm done with it. You
Here's
know?
the thing, though. But that's because you're looking here. You can take that anywhere. That's a clear one. There's kaleidoscopes.
Oh wow.
There's a kaleidoscope that it has things in it, and that's all you can see is what you can see in it, or maybe you can twist something.
This
but
is
you
pretty
can you
cool.
can take that anywhere, and you can. And
Oh,
you
you're
can see
telling me it's going to be
cla-
different stuff
Dude, if
anywhere I
you,
go.
no, not every time
Yeah,
you
you're
go.
looking at the room.
But like, yeah, you're looking at the room, so it's taking all these lights. But if you go up, it's actually really cool because it's just like the gray with a little bit.
So
of
I'm gonna
gray.
try to
but
build
it's
my
still
own.
the same pattern. Let me see.
No,
this
it's
again.
not.
No,
It's
if
completely
you
different.
move, you just twist it. You can move anywhere, and you can look right at Chick, and his face is gonna be in it.
I
like
love
little,
it. Oh wait,
small.
really?
Yeah, the closer you get,
Wait,
the
let
bigger it'll be.
Got to put his glasses.
I do.
on. You can't see without
Oh
his glasses.
wow, that's dope. I can see his face. I love it.
They had all different types.
I
And
would
they-
just get high and lift it.
So we.
I mean, I'm high right now.
You
and
go
I
into
don't
this
wanna
big.
pass
It's an
it
old.
around.
It's an old silo, and they
Is
turned
the
it.
building
they
a kaleidoscope?
They turned it into a kaleidoscope,
That's cool.
and you go in, and you can either lean up against the walls, and then look up, or like we really recommend you lay down. And put your legs in between the little platforms, and then so it was just Monique and I, and there's one other woman, and we're like,
I would
I'm
wanna look
like,
at the privates
I'm like,
in this.
I'm like, I'm laying down.
What?
I would want to look if I was you. Like I would be looking at each other's privates in this.
Privates.
I didn't want to get vulgar. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about?
I would want to look at each other's like if I was him.
You
I'd want to
literally
look at my
started the
girlfriend's
podcast. He was
pussy.
getting a blowjob or ass up with the next. Now you're talking
Yeah,
about
it's like
privates.
Yeah, I would want to.
God, this-
I would want to look at my girlfriend's pussy in this.
I feel like
Something's so wrong about him talking that way. I don't know. Like with
it's
you,
the source.
I could sort of deal with it, but
But
when
I would
he's-
never say that though.
When he says,
I wouldn't normally say that. It's just that's what came into my mind.
okay, all right, now I'm seeing stuff.
Yeah.
He's giving me the finger.
Yeah, that's right.
I wish you had the black thing on that and you pranked both of us just
So-
now. That
yeah.
would have been classic.
So I decided I'm going to make my own for my camera, but because you're right, it is too small. Like you can't shoot through there. But I want to
Yeah.
start taking kaleidoscope photos. But they don't make anything.
Do you know what's in there? Do they teach you what's in there? How they
It's
make?
It's just mirrors.
Oh, is that all it is?
Yeah, then there's a ball at the top of it, but I got balls. I got crystal balls. Crystal
So
balls.
dumb.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a big kaleidoscope guy.
I
now.
like that. You know, I was thinking
the
today.
things you could do with this.
Yeah. Look at privates.
No, I'm just saying.
You're gonna insert it into
What
the
can you
private.
do?
And then take a photo.
It would just be all dark. It
To
needs
be
light.
honest, I literally
Put light behind it, or put a camera on it.
You would need
like
to put
a
light
little-
in the front of it. So
Yeah.
first you're gonna put a light in there, and then you're gonna.
Did you ever see the pornos they do now from inside?
Yeah, I've seen them. Yes.
They're weird. They're
Yeah.
super
from inside.
weird. There's like a camera in the
In the regime.
Wait, what are we doing?
I don't honestly. It's not something that I
Why?
enjoy, but it's
Is
interesting
that something
to
you
see.
like?
No.
I mean, that's a little too
I
invasive.
don't think anybody could get off on that, but I think it's interesting to see. Like I was
I
definitely
don't
curious to
need
see
to
what that
see
was
that.
about.
I don't know.
That doesn't. You don't like at all get curious to see what it looks like from that POV.
Not really.
No, I don't know.
Eh, well, fuck me then. I had.
I mean, I'm
curiosity.
interested to see like the tech of it. To be like, oh wow, cool. But
He's more
like,
interested in the tech of
yeah,
it. I'm more.
like, oh, how much those cameras go for? But not at all for like, no.
You know, it's funny you went to this museum, right?
Close.
Museum.
It sounds slower, but kind of the same
I was
way.
thinking. You know, I'm always thinking of like, what could my next project be that I'm not going to fulfill?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about maybe going to a bunch of these small little hometown, hole in the wall museums. Because I passed today the Lego.
And then when you get there, you can ask them. Now, how do you pronounce museum? And then you can make a documentary about yourself learning how to say that word
I don't
right.
understand what I'm saying wrong.
You're saying museum,
Museum.
and we're not going to do this again.
One, there's a Z that you're putting that's not there.
Museum.
We're not,
I don't know what
we're not
the hell
doing this
I'm
again.
not-
Yeah, we
We're
can't
not
do
doing
this again.
Just keep saying museum, and we'll just act like that's normal, and we'll keep
Night
going
at the
with conversation.
museum.
Okay, so yeah, you want to go to like this small, like Long Island museums?
Long Island, Connecticut, all these places, and I want to, film stuff in there.
Yeah.
like
What are you
almost
gonna
like
call it?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I think it'd be fun. I watch all these YouTube like travel vlogs and all this stuff, and I don't know. It's funny you brought that up because I would like that's a place I would like to go to. Whenever I go away, I like to go to one of these places.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
We should do a vlog and do a vacation.
Yep.
we're gonna all go away together.
Yeah, and do like
Yeah.
and vlog it.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
yeah.
All
Let's
right.
let's do a day in the city first. Before
Yeah,
we plan
well,
a
I'm
vacation.
down to do that. Don't say
Well,
yeah.
once it gets a little bit warmer.
Because that idea was just so dumb. We should do a vlog on vacation. Like, we can barely get here.
That's exactly what you're talking about.
It's a good idea. It's just the idea that we would actually be able to do that
Oh, no, I know.
is preposterous. I want to go to Topgolf. I want to shoot us at Topgolf. I got nothing but ideas.
You throw them out. I'll do one a weekend.
Yeah, well, it's just so cold right
No,
now. I
you're
don't
right.
want to do
There's
anything.
nobody wants to do anything this
Yeah.
weekend. I said I had off on Monday. I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
Actually, I went. You want to hear what I did this week?
I do.
No.
On Sunday, there's a place across the street from my apartment. It's a pub, Irish pub, and they had this Irish family singing. Now I love Irish music. Okay, I love the bagpipes. I love everything about it.
Do you actually like it, or do you just like it because I'm
Absolutely.
Irish?
No. I love it. Like
I don't buy that, but okay.
Dude, I don't. My parents love it too. It's beautiful to me. So what I like? All right. Anyway, we went there. It started snowing. It was beautiful. We're listening to this Irish music. They're not just playing Irish music, but have you listened to bagpipes?
Oh, I try not to as much as possible. To be honest with you.
It's cool for 2 seconds, and then I'm like, oh, that's
No, it's
Alright,
not.
but-
I don't even like that opening to corn. People are like, oh, it's so sick. I'm like, change it.
Oh God, you guys have no culture. So I got in my head, I'm gonna learn how to play the banjo.
Banjo?
I've wanted
The
to
bagpipe.
do. No, the banjo.
The banjo. Didn't you get this 3 seasons ago on our show?
I got it.
and you never learned.
I got a banjo lele. It was a mix between a banjo and a ukulele. Terrible sound. But now I got my heart set on a banjo. I looked up exactly what I want. I went to to Guitar Center in Comac. They tell me it's in stock. It's not there, and I'm terrible. I'm always weird with going. I've never been good with going into like places like that, like auto body shops, like because I feel like everybody they're too.
Everyone there is an expert.
Yeah, and I don't
you're
know
coming
anything.
like the rube, and
And I
just
hate my whole plan. This is so dumb, but this is maybe I'm a little screwy, but like I like my if the banjos were available, I would have been like, it's not for me, it's for my nephew.
yeah,
Like I'm too embarrassed to say I don't know how to play it, but I want to give it a shot.
yeah.
You know, you could also buy it and not tell them at all. For
Here's-
who it
here's
is.
why
like,
you
hey,
can't
here's
do
my
that.
fucking money. Shut up and give me my
No.
banjo.
Because they start asking questions. So what
Yeah.
what do you play? You play the banjo in G flat, or it's like
no, don't worry about it.
yeah, but you have to answer. I don't know. I just and you're right. I wish I had more
Or
of your.
here's an option. I never played before. I want to start. Like I'm gonna start taking YouTube videos, and it always look like fun.
Yeah, you can lead me in the right direction.
And this is so.
They love people getting interested in the thing they're already interested in.
Exactly.
Well, I found out nobody in Guitar Center is interested in banjos. So
Well, not the banjo is a stretch. Nobody's in there like you don't. You don't get a lot of people going there just to
banjo.
play around with the banjo.
People usually pick up an instrument to get laid. Picking up the banjo is like an instrument to not get laid.
Yeah, like if I pick up the acoustic guitar right now, women are gonna start flocking.
Honestly, there will be, if you put a song on Facebook, I guarantee there's one girl who would.
Maybe if I put a banjo up
something.
there, you
Maybe
never know.
You might. Some people girls just love musical
Do
talent.
that ding a ding a ding a ding a ding.
Yeah.
The Rainbow Connection. Come on.
Well, so did you end up ordering
Well,
one or something?
I went to three different guitar centers all throughout Long Island. Nobody had the one that I wanted, which was like a good beginner. I did my research on it, and then I almost just bought an acoustic, but then that was way too high up, so I didn't ask anybody, and I left.
Now,
fucking
would
hate
you
you.
rather learn how to play a guitar, but you feel like it's a little? Is it harder? Is it more expensive?
I have tried to play the guitar, and I always give up, and that's why I'm like maybe a fresh start
With a banjo.
with a banjo.
I'll give you. So here's my thing on learning the guitar late in life. When you learn it when you're younger, it's like, one, I feel like you're just better at picking up things and everything.
Yeah.
But when you get older, you're coming into it in mind like, I just want to be able to play a few songs. And then
Right.
you start practicing and you realize how hard it is to actually be able to start playing songs like,
And I get that.
and
part.
then it's like, what the fuck am I doing? Playing
I
like
know a
shit
couple
every
notes, but I also enjoy like I was telling my friend Matt yesterday. This time of year is the time of year when I start hobbies, like because of the weather. Because I don't want to go anywhere, but I have like
How's whittling going?
whittling's going good,
Yeah.
but it's it's sitting there. I
Do you have a
started
finished product? Did you
no,
finish your
dude,
bird?
it's gonna take a long time. It literally, it's hard to do. So I
quit. It's very hard.
No. I didn't quit. I do it every night. You can see the shavings in my apartment. It's quite a mess. But I'm doing the whittling project and I'm doing a crochet project right now. So I already got two projects I'm messing around with. But then once the weather gets nicer and I'm allowed back outside, I feel comfortable outside. Then I'm like gone with the
Doing other stuff.
yeah. So that's where I'm like, is banjo just gonna be January,
Yes.
February? Here I am, excited about something. I want to like.
What do you
so-
do when you go outside? So when the weather gets nice, what's the thing you would do to keep you from being inside playing the banjo?
Oh, I don't know. Just anything.
Can't
Nothing-
you take the banjo with
That's
you?
what I was going
It's
to get
small,
at.
It's
Yeah,
not
like,
even a size
if
of a
it's
guitar.
a matter of just being outside, you bring the banjo, go down to the park and find a place where nobody's anywhere near you because nobody wants to hear it, and just
Why? The
well,
banjo's a beautiful
nobody wants to
instrument.
hear. Definitely nobody wants to hear anybody learn the banjo.
Yeah.
Maybe
is the issue.
Maybe.
Some people might want to hear the banjo. I haven't met anybody, but
You guys are wrong about this.
nobody.
No,
I
babe,
can't
we're
stand
not.
the banjo.
Really?
Yeah.
I
A
love the sound
banjo
of
is
a
like
banjo.
cool, like, oh, this guy, let me hear a song.
ding,
And then it's
ding,
like,
ding,
all right.
ding, ding, ding,
Anybody
ding.
got a guitar?
Yeah. Your guitar's broken. Sounds
All
like
right, you guys are way off with this. You guys are way off. You guys are
How
way off.
often do you see somebody walking around with a banjo?
That's the thing. When you do, you take notice.
The Eddie Vedder album for
He used a ukulele.
Into the Woods. Oh, that was ukulele.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't that bad.
The ukulele is crap.
But he's also Eddie Vedder, and you're Brendan Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm gonna have to look up. Somebody sent me find
I've
me a
seen
good
cool
find
things
me a
on a
good
banjo.
banjo song.
Okay, but I like I'm gonna send you some of the Irish stuff, but you apparently scoffed at that.
I was being a little bit. I was being English about
You
it.
don't love
He
the
wasn't really that wrong, though.
You know-
Irish music's
oh,
tough to listen to.
Irish music is so
One, it's all the
I don't
same.
really.
It's not the
I
same.
don't really like it, but maybe I haven't listened to. I haven't really.
when you're in a
explored it.
good Irish pub, and then there's always like the part dun 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 where everybody slams their
Having
their-
fun listening to it doesn't make the music good.
Oh,
yeah,
it does?
It
I
means
got
it's a good party song.
I don't drink.
I got it on my
Every
Spotify
time I
right now.
hear it, I feel like this is for people who are hammered and want to just like sing along with each other.
Yes,
it's
it's great.
nothing about this is good music. It's drunk
Exactly.
people who be like, "And we're down here," and it's like, Yeah.
and they're slapping along, and you got the annoying bagpipe going. Then it's fun.
I don't mind a sea shanty. I feel like
I have it in my thing. This is Wild Rover.
I'm just waiting for the leprechaun to fucking
see,
pop
I
up.
spent all my money on whiskey and beer. Like
Yeah.
I don't need to relate to lyrics and songs, but when it sounds like that and the lyrics of that, I'm out.
No, nay, never. Cha, cha, cha. Oh.
Oh my god!
You guys are haters, man.
No, it's
Yes.
just not.
I am.
It's
Yes,
one
I
of
am
the.
a hater,
Yeah, I
yeah.
will admit that I am. But it's one of the few. Like, you don't have good food in Ireland. You don't have good music. What do they have?
They have the food is good for what it is.
We want to set the bar that low. For potatoes, it's not bad.
Not bad.
We make potatoes pretty good, and they don't even do that.
Well, they make a great. No, they
Shepherd's
make
pie.
shepherd's pie.
got a great
I love
football
corned
team.
beef. I think corned beef's delicious.
Corned beef, I like.
I love
but it's
Irish
not
soda
like-
bread.
It's not like how many different ways can you make corned beef?
I like
And
Irish
that's
soda.
like it.
Yeah.
How about Italians? Like, imagine Italians starting to run off food that they make well. It's like it doesn't end.
Yeah, it's different,
Irish are
though.
like I like this. Like I like all boiled things that are a little bit bland, but I ate them my whole life, so I've learned to like
No,
them.
I don't like the boiled stuff. But
I mean, I
this-
just
this
feel like
definitely different.
everything has more. You guys
That's
just
what
have one thing.
The corned beef is boiled. Isn't that a boiled meat?
No, it's
Isn't
just
that they
it's
make
just,
it?
It's just cured differently.
Yeah, I think they boil. I think they cook it by boiling it.
Yeah, you
Come
boil
on,
it.
you're such a haters on.
I'm
on
telling you
stuff I like.
how to make your food, and you're like you're a hater. I'm saying no. You put your food in boiling water, and that's how you cook it. And then they put the cabbage next to it, like
Yeah, and it's just
quit
a flavor.
boiling.
It's
I don't
a
like that.
flavor.
Boil your potatoes. You
I don't
boil,
like
like
that.
it's like they
I
found
love
out.
The thing is, they throw it in a
yeah,
boil. It's like a
they figured out one way to heat up food. And they're like, just throw it all in the water.
Yeah, whatever.
They were too drunk to pick up on the telepathic ways of the whole world was coming up with other
Or
ways to cook.
No,
seasoning.
they didn't have
They never
that.
figured out seasoning.
Seasoning.
They didn't
Never.
have that stuff, man.
The potato famine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the potato famine. I don't know, man. I like it. Maybe it's because it's like my culture, and
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just.
that's what it is.
100% understandable. Like I like, shit that I
But
liked when I was a
I
kid,
see-
just because I liked it when I was a kid.
I see that, and I'm like, how could anybody not like this?
You can't look at corned beef and cabbage and
I'm not saying the food all the
Boiled
time.
potato.
I'm not
Okay,
going
yeah,
out eating
all right.
Irish food, but just the
Yeah.
culture.
Have you ever heard anybody be like, "We want to go out to eat. You want to get Irish?" Nobody's ever
no,
said that.
No. They've said that about German food, and they haven't never even said that about Irish
Yeah, I
food.
was just gonna say. I know people who do like all
Yeah.
that shit.
No, Irish pub food is fantastic. Irish
Fish and
pub
chips.
fare.
And,
What is it?
I don't know. Boxty tots. You ever have that? I bet you
No.
didn't. You don't
No.
even know it. You uncultured swines. What am I gonna? I'm not gonna sit here and defend my culture to you two mutts.
I'm the worst because
I'm
I
trying
don't
to think
even
of what
I don't
they
even
have.
embrace my culture, so it is what it is.
Your culture doesn't want to embrace you either.
yeah.
He's drinking hot
No, I'm trying to think like when
going
I'm trying to think because like the pub food, I am thinking like every once in a while, but I feel like we Americanized.
I was just gonna say that's not real Irish food. That's Americanized.
That's American Irish being like, oh yeah, this we can feed you this stuff. But the shepherd's pie was always pretty good.
I do like a shepherd's pie.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta love a shepherd's pie.
but the music I don't get. The
I
culture.
can't.
So what else is that culture? Authors, right? That's a great thing about Ireland.
Storytellers, authors.
It's like they'll literally pay people to.
I just
write
find it funny that they really
books
just
and
take
stuff.
pride in it. Oh, we drink.
well, they
But they
don't.
do take
That's-
pride in their literature too. Like
They,
they
they
have,
take.
there's a
it's-
rich
It's more the literature.
writers.
What? Who's Irish? What writers are good Irish?
James Joyce.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm not.
yeah.
What are you?
I'm
a-
not
You're
No,
a
like they
fool.
literally.
I'm not a guy who knows writers.
You're a
well.
you can
dimwit.
get government funding and just be a writer in Ireland.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like
What are they famous for? Writing novels or
poems.
poems?
Poems? I think novels. I
Novels?
think. Yeah.
I didn't even. I would have never guessed it. I had no idea. So,
Really?
Yeah, I really didn't.
Yeah,
know.
there's a lot of
That's-
Don't
history
say
there.
it like it's shocking. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not into writers.
The Irish have the gift of the gab.
All right.
Yeah.
They could talk to anybody.
they're
And no-
drunk.
And
Yeah,
no,
drunk. It's
no,
usually
that's
hand
not
in hand being
true.
drunk.
That's not true.
It's not that song. You played us 6 seconds of a song, and the guy said, I spent all my money on whiskey and beer.
Find us one song that
Yeah.
doesn't mention drinking.
Yeah.
The fact that it's even
And the
having.
Pogues, by the way, can
It was-
suck a dick.
The
Who's the
poster.
Pogues?
I fucking hate
Oh,
the Pogues.
God,
I never
love
heard
some-
them.
I like the
Oh,
Pogues.
my God.
Who's the other one that everybody
Hey,
likes? The
we just-
Dropkick
Dropkick
Murphys.
Murphys.
They're,
Awful.
What? Every
they're
song's
a
the
Boston
same.
band. The Pogues are fantastic. See, listen, we just disagree.
Look at him. He's searching for a song
All
that
right.
doesn't
No,
mention
no, I'm
booze.
just. This is a beautiful.
I like a harmonica.
This sounds like a country song out west or something.
It's about a dirty old town.
Let me guess. Somebody's drunk in this song.
Yeah. If he mentions a pub or anything, you're out.
Yeah.
I don't know if he mentions the pub.
Look at the lyrics.
Let's skip ahead a little bit. I don't just harmonica is nice, but
At the gasworks wall,
are you gonna sing it? Is this the Pogues?
I dreamed a dream
This guy's have a terrible
by
voice.
the old canal. It's about kissing his girl by the factory wall.
This sounds like an old fucking man who's like a creeper. I gotta pee.
There's no
Dirty old
There's no
town.
like
Nothing.
there's
to
no
that.
beat to it. I like I mean I
If I
don't
learned how to play the banjo, I could do that song.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys are ridiculous. Whatever.
unprecedented urine break from
I know.
chick.
I know. What's going on there? He
Yeah.
never leaves the seat.
He usually comes and goes and doesn't use the bathroom,
Yeah.
let alone mid episode.
I'm the one that pees.
Yeah, and you didn't today.
I
either.
didn't.
You
I
guys
didn't.
really a little topsy turvy.
I know.
Today.
We're all screwed up. But I'll pee before I leave. Yeah, he never. I don't think he's ever even been in that bathroom.
Yes, yeah.
Has he?
'Cause- Yeah. Yes. I'm trying to think of which one of you
Why?
leaves the toilet seat up.
Well, it's probably me.
No, I think it's him. I think you put it down.
I
And
leave
then
it.
if
I
he
leave
ever
it the way
uses
you
it-
leave it.
No, because then you put it down.
Yeah.
Because I
I don't know. I
I've
don't
gotten
think
a
too much
habit
about
living with
that.
women my whole life that even when I live here alone, if I use the bathroom,
Yeah, I got an issue with that. Why do women they can't look before they sit? Like they're all
it's a
falling.
matter of respect. First of all, it's unsightly, so just put the thing
Why
down.
is it unsightly?
Who wants to look at the bottom of the bowl, like the inner part of the bowl?
I don't know. I never really got that whole thing.
So I live in a family with all men, obviously, except my mother.
Yeah.
And you'd have to ask her.
What'd he do? Did he leave it?
Seats up.
It was. At least I picked it up so I didn't piss all over your seat.
So you did half the job.
I did half the
Yeah.
job.
I'm just saying for men, like I said, I was telling him, I grew up in a house of women. I just got in a habit of when you pee, put down the window. I had a mother, 2 sisters, and my grandmother.
Mine's a complete
That's
opposite.
all I live with. So I was always like, yeah, the odds are the next person who's coming in here is gonna want to sit down. So I'm just gonna put the seat down. And I just got in the habit of
I have 2 brothers of my father. That's who was in our house. My mother and my parents have their own bathroom. So I
Right.
never really had to,
yeah.
know.
So nobody in the house really probably cares. But
Yeah,
if
my-
you meet a lady and you start living with her,
you got to put it down.
it's right, but it's almost like
I don't have to
sometimes
put
it's
it
just a
down.
habit thing. No, you live alone, you don't have to. But
And even if
I'm
I
just
met
saying-
a lady, she's going to adjust to my rules.
okay,
Also, I pee sitting down a lot, so that's that.
I do think it's kind of ridiculous to not look before you sit. But I get it. If you're in a rush, you're not thinking whatever
Right.
I
happens.
mean, what do they back their way into a bathroom that they can't look?
This is
It's always been a weird thing for me.
Did you ever just walk in and just not really pay attention, even though you notice that it's not there? You just aren't thinking, and then boom, I've sat in a bowl.
I have done that.
I just feel
So
like
then how could you ask?
wouldn't you like to just be able to walk into a bathroom
agree.
and sit down and not have to touch the dirty? Like you're the one that lifted it because to touch so you can get it. If I was a woman, I would be like, I don't do that. I don't want to have to touch the toilet.
I am on board with it.
When I see it's down though, to me it looks used. I think if somebody's been on here.
Guess what, buddy? All toilets are pretty much
I get
used.
that.
Yeah.
But when I see it down, I'm saying, ugh.
See, to me, when I see it up, it's more. Just
me,
been recently used.
It's been up. It's a utility device. It's up there. All right. If I need to sit, it's been hiding up there. Right now, I got to sit, and it's down. Listen, maybe I'm in the minority of
I was
every
guilty of leaving it up
topic
just
today.
now, but I do acknowledge that you're right. Put it down. Like, yeah, that's the right way to do it.
I'm pro women in most things except this.
I'm usually not, but I agree with that.
It's just it's an easy thing to do that women care about. That would be like, oh, he's like,
Oh,
it
he
put you
grew
in
up with women.
It could put you in good graces to be like, oh yeah, that's nice. It's one thing that he does that's nice. Why not do as many of those things as possible with somebody? Oh, I know you like that. I'll do that. I'll do that for you. It's just an example, and I'm not, I am patting myself on the back here.
Yeah,
because-
you are.
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, but it's just like,
Why don't you guys put the seat down like me?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just like, I'm not perfect. I'm sure that like anybody I've ever lived with has been like, well, you don't do this, you don't do that. Like I'm a bit of a mess, But it's like, try to like do a little more.
Who's assuming that I don't?
I'm not assuming you
Oh,
don't,
all right.
but I'm
was
just
what I
saying
was
like
gonna say. Yeah, no, I don't disagree
I'm
with
arguing
you.
like it was my an
He doesn't
exaggerated.
think about anybody but himself.
Very true.
We've already established that, so that shouldn't be a
That's
surprise.
not true.
Now,
It's not true.
I generally only lived with myself. Like I haven't had to cater to other people.
Yeah.
But I think because of my parents, things that I have to do that they want to do, I can accustom to
yeah.
things. But
I've
the
gone
seat thing,
rogue.
I actually have my own bathroom, and I usually like the seat down for myself, to
Yeah.
keep it down.
My seat is primarily always down because, like I said, I sit
And
on
you
it.
put this down. As I said, I just find it interesting because I find it shocking when I walk in there and I go, the seat's up, and I go, well, I'm like, this is.
I rush
never up.
back in to talk.
And it's yeah, but
Because-
even when you use it before you leave, like if I'm gonna use the bathroom quick, that's when it's up. It's because you left.
I barely used that.
But it's noteworthy because
Oh,
every
okay.
time you use the bathroom, I'm like, and I
Fair
don't care.
enough.
I
I
can put
get
the
it.
seat.
No, listen,
I can
I
put the
get
seat
it.
down. I just always find it interesting. And I was like talking about this with Monique one day, and then I was at her house and I left the seat up. She goes, "Oh, the seats." She goes, "The seat's up." And I must have been distracted when I was peeing and I didn't put it down. So it's not like listen,
Yeah,
we're all
I get it.
We're all
flawed,
guilty.
But, yeah.
I do try to just because I make the argument that I don't respect their wishes.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in a place like this, I will do that. If
Yeah.
I'm in a different place, like where people are in and out, I'm not thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm just doing me.
Yeah.
But I will keep it down. I'll try to do it, especially
I
when
used to wonder why, like in public bathrooms, women's bathrooms, why would they even make a toilet with a seat that goes up? Like, just always have there should be a separate woman's bathroom
yeah,
toilet
you're right.
that just doesn't have a seat that goes up.
Because that comes back to me where
Because I don't think they, and this might be weird, I just think it's a factory thing where
They don't want to have
there's-
to make two toilets.
There's no toilet. There's no double making of toilets.
That's true. That's true. But to me, the taking up the toilet, it's like a refresh of the toilet seat. I know that makes zero sense, but to me, it's like, all right, it's up. It's away from the bowl. That's
I don't
what
even
I
understand what your point
Yeah,
is.
I don't.
But
I'm not. I'm
think
not.
about the people that are cleaning the bathroom. They go into a woman's public bathroom. Like there's enough public women's bathrooms.
The worst bathrooms, by the way, are the
Yeah,
women's.
I've
bathrooms.
actually been at a company where the women's bathroom they said was they had to have a company meeting.
A manufacturer would be like, all right, let's make there's a big enough call for those toilets. Why don't we start making those toilets?
Because
Public bathrooms for toilets.
women have
Where
no
it's like-
respect.
Imagine the seat where just like the porcelain goes straight down with it. How easy that would be to clean. You don't got to clean underneath
The whole
seat
thing is a
'cause it
seat
still
in
gets.
itself. Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have.
There's no
I hate
underneath a little
touching.
bit.
It just seems more dirty that it's locked in there all the time.
I don't understand men or women why you have to have that. I don't like touching it. Period. So like to me, all toilets should be that just fucking clean.
yeah, but
I'm
then
more
you
prone
pee
to-
on it.
then you wipe it. Like I'm a guy. If I pee on the seat, I wipe.
I wipe it, too.
always do that.
I've
I'm
always-
also partially it's because I don't want to be the guy who walks out of the toilet and then someone walks in like,
Yeah.
oh, you pissed all over the toilet.
This guy, comic Rob Ryan, just years ago.
Rex's brother?
No, I did a joke years ago where he was like, if he pees in the toilet, he ends up leaving that toilet way better than he found it. Like he cleans,
so do
he
I.
cleans it like real good. Like he'll lift his. He's like, I don't, because once I see how bad it is, like he goes, I just clean it way up.
By the way, I think I was in Mohegan Sun with that guy once, doing the last comic
Tall
standing.
thin guy, very like.
Yep. Trying to get me to drive him home. Yeah.
Very trying to get you to drive
yeah.
home.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
it's a 2-seater, bud.
Yeah, Long Island guy.
Yep.
We started the first. Our first show was together.
He doesn't do it anymore, I'm assuming, right? I haven't seen that kid.
I see him like on Instagram posting videos.
Oh, really?
Nah, I'm a big seat wipe. If I pee on a seat, I wipe it. That's one
course.
thing.
You
then
do that.
Then you feel like your hand, like you got to just like
Then I wash
boil,
the
you
shit
gotta
out of my
boil your
hands. Yeah, exactly. Boiling. You want to know a new thing that my company has that I've never seen before until this? Did you ever see the ones where you put your hands in it to dry it?
Yeah.
See,
Dyson.
I don't. Dyson makes normal ones too.
Yeah, but Dyson's going this way.
Yeah.
I think that to me, after I wash my hands, the last place I want to do is put my hands back
I don't
in
like it.
something.
I don't
I
use those.
understand
you
people
don't-
are putting it in there to clean, but
It's
I
a little
don't.
tight. It's hard to do that without touching the
Yeah,
sides of it.
I feel
But
like
if
it
you do
defeats
that,
the whole
it's-
purpose.
well, the reason they do that is because the air dryers, they're just blowing all the water on the ground.
I get
So
it.
this is like a way to collect that.
I get it.
Didn't they come up with a study that showed those air dryers are so riddled with bacteria, though? I don't use
touching
those.
them?
How
Yeah,
does air riddled with bacteria?
I don't know the physics
You
of
don't
it.
touch anything. You just
No, there's
it's just
something
hot
about
air.
it. There's something about it. It's splashing back.
You know, when you read it's like the instructions are like put your hand like rub together, and you're reading it like oh, rub my hands together. It's like
I always do a wipe down on the pants. I don't use those blowers.
I'll hit 'em
take
quick.
the napkin and I use this to open the door after.
Yeah.
I'm a shirt over my hand guy.
I'm a fist pump. Everything's a fist pump. These knuckles
How do
dirty.
you fist pump a door handle?
Most
I get
doors
it,
in
but
the
there's a lot
bathroom.
that aren't.
Most that I go through in truck stops are just push it through.
in and out.
Yeah.
Every public bathroom should be push
Push
to
through.
exit, and if it's gonna be, it should be pulled to open, push because you can.
Should be pushed both ways. Give me a door that fucking unhinges.
Yeah,
that
I
goes
want a
both ways.
cowboy style.
You get one
door.
person coming in and one person coming out. That's
You know what? I'd rather more worried about getting hit in the head with the door than I am getting the fucking COVID on my hands.
What's
Ugh.
next? What will they think of next to clean our hands?
Rocks and shells.
Crystals.
No, it's 3 shells.
3 shells.
You're talking about Demolition Man, right? What they
No.
used to wipe their ass.
Yeah. Well, he was confused. What do they use a shell?
They always,
for a
you
while,
never
yeah.
explained what they actually used them, but that was the
Yeah.
whole thing.
I'd like to rewatch that movie only because there was a sex scene or a nude scene. Somebody was nude in that movie because I remember watching it a lot.
Sandra Bullock?
when I
No.
would masturbate.
Sandy?
There was that
America's Sweetheart?
that was one of the movies I would watch a lot to and masturbate to it. There was a scene in there. It was True
like-
Lies.
I like Basic Instinct.
Never did Basic Instinct.
Not the scene that everybody thinks, but there's a good fuck scene. But you got to get it before she kills him. Oh no, with the ice pick, she go.
I never had access to that. That wasn't one of the movies that made its way around. Like I had a copy of True Lies.
True
I had a copy
Lies.
of Demolition Man.
Do you guys find Jamie Lee Curtis attractive?
No,
I don't, but she does have a nice body in those days.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was a body double.
Was
the
it?
True Lies dancing scene?
But
That
she
was
had a
the
nice
one-
body even in the.
Yeah, I think she did, but I don't think she got naked in that movie.
I don't think she was great, but.
But that was like silhouetted, like that was like a silhouetted body. I just found that so sexy.
What's the Travolta dance scene with her and when they're in the aerobics class? They're
Yeah.
frosted out.
Oh yeah.
She
what
just
was that?
recreated that with Jimmy Fallon.
Did she?
really?
Yeah, now like she did it now.
That's funny.
Yeah, Saturday night. No, that was
Saturday Night Fever. Wait, no, was that Saturday Night Fever?
it was the sequel to that.
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Couldn't matter less. Yeah. How likely are you guys to listen to a podcast if I suggest it so that we can
whole
talk about
podcast
it
or
on
one
this
Very
episode?
likely.
on this
I
episode?
have a feeling I think I know what you're gonna say, but
One
say it.
episode?
A series, 10 episodes.
Is it the telepathy tapes?
Yeah.
What's it about?
Is this telepathy between us?
No, because I mean,
You made a Facebook post.
If you want me to, I will.
I'm just curious what you would. It's going to be a documentary. They're working towards making a documentary. So
All right, I'm in.
I am in the midst of listening to this.
Are you?
And I am loving it. I think
Yeah.
it's incredibly.
How long is each episode?
40
45
minutes,
minutes.
Oh,
45
I
minutes,
could do
maybe.
that. I could do
maybe
that.
the longest
and
one,
it's
maybe an
super
hour.
interesting. You want to explain what it's about?
So it's about nonverbal autistic kids that they have discovered have the power of telepathy. They can talk with each other. They can talk with their parents. Sometimes they can talk like with strangers. I mean, talk like just read their mind. They've done countless tests where they can be like, they know what you're thinking. Some of the parents have learned how to read their mind. Some people, they can have full conversations with people, complete telepathy, and it's been proven that it's like,
Oh, you know why I believe this? You're gonna get weirded. There's a whole
I seen a movie about it.
no, it's the whole rabbit hole that I've gone down where it's like an alien thing. How all they're speaking is telepathic, but they're
Yeah.
communicating with people who understand them telepathically.
Right.
So like we only use X amount of our brain.
Right.
If you could use more of it, I
the
completely
fact that,
see that.
we think that telepathy, and I'm definitely a skeptic on most things. I think they refer to it in this thing as a materialist, where it's like if you can't see it, like if
Oh,
there's
yeah,
no,
you don't
if there's
believe
no
it.
physical
Right.
proof to it, I don't believe it, and I definitely lean towards that. But I'm always like, well, show me the science. I need to see science before I can start to believe something, which is why I'm agnostic and. Like I'm open to believing anything is possible, but if I don't know that, if I can't see evidence in something, I'm not buying into it. But there's enough tests here. It seems like there's enough scientists that have risked their standings in their field to be like, we need to study this more.
It's really hard after listening to this, and I don't know if the series is over. I think I'm like 5 episodes in, but it's hard to like disagree with the study.
Yeah,
You
right.
know?
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
even the people. I mean, it's basically at like
I don't know
100%.
why it
Yeah.
was that. I believe it 100, without even going into it yet. I already could believe it, but I don't understand why it's so hard for people to believe things like that when there are so many unexplained things that happen, or people who you're on the same page as someone.
Yeah.
Shit like that happens all the fucking time.
They talk about examples of that too. Yeah.
They do bring that up, but it's also the fact that they have that thing called the talk on the hill,
Yeah.
where like they're like in different areas, like different.
There'll be thousands of nonverbal autistic kids speaking to each other, like in like a group chat, just sitting at
Right.
home, talking with people around the world.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And they're just all in a
It's so cool.
There's a thought behind people who are autistic are just more advanced than us. Like they're not.
well, certainly
It's not a disability per se. That it's just a disability because we don't understand it.
I think that's what this study started at. If I'm not wrong, I think they went off looking for like kids that were autistic, high. What is it?
High IQ.
Non-verbal
Yeah.
autistic, and because they were looking for that savant thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them had like a savant where they could like play
Well,
the
like
piano.
Rain Man. I mean,
Yeah, but these like
another movie.
but I'm just saying.
yeah, but these guys they don't speak at all. And
I'm not talking about him as nonverbal, but I'm saying the savant.
Yeah,
there's some who are like a little bit verbal that can do it, but it's
it's
they definitely
incredible.
don't look at themselves as handicapped. Like they think that they look at us like, no, you're the ones that, because talking to them is so difficult. The idea when you think about how easy it would be to communicate, if you just have a thought and somebody knows what you're thinking and you can just think back and forth, talking is so much more clunky than that.
And it also goes to where I told you that thing where there's theories that aliens are us in the future, and if they're talking telepathically,
Yeah.
and with autism,
Well, they get a lot
being,
into that in the future. You'll hear it's like they talk about
Okay.
like
See, this
people
is probably
like,
right up my fucking
people,
alley.
like-
You would love it, Chick.
like
It's
they talk about
super
like they
interesting.
talk about people talking to people who have died, and it's like this.
This is my type of
It's-
shit.
Now I'm going up to people. I don't know anybody. I don't have any like nonverbal autistic people in my life, but I've been doing like if I see somebody, I'm like trying to talk to them. Have you been doing
Well,
that?
Monique and I tried to read each other's mind the other day. We were just standing. We're like, all right, just think about it. Think about it over and over again. Just say it over and over.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna try to pick it out.
No, I
It was
seen a
close.
kid. I seen a kid like out of a school. He was walking. Like clearly, I'm like, this
Yeah.
might be autistic. I'm like, orange coat, man in the truck, man in the truck, orange coat. I'm saying hi.
So
Wave
you were
at me.
trying to get him to
Yeah,
read your mind.
I was trying, but I don't think it necessarily always works that way.
Yeah, I think they got to be.
Yeah,
it's
he's not
pretty
just gonna
severe.
read some guy in a
I
truck.
just think
like,
But I was waiting for him to look over. I'm just saying,
autism
you in the orange
is
coat.
something that we know nothing about, in my opinion. Or not that
Yeah.
we know nothing about it. It's just one of those things where I don't think it's the disability. Well, listen, I mean,
it is a
it
disability.
is a disability, but I think there are.
Yeah,
There's
like,
a lot of
I wouldn't,
benefits.
I wouldn't give up the ability to be mobile and
Exactly.
talk to have that because I'm 44 years into this
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. I
But-
get it.
The sad thing is like how many people in the past that just kind of got pushed
Yeah.
to the side, put
Yeah,
in a
that's
room,
awful, yeah.
and that's brutal.
Well, that's because
Like
we
they-
don't. We generally, even so, whenever somebody says something that isn't normal, they get fucking destroyed on it about it. Like,
Yeah,
if you say something that people aren't used to, or you think of, it's just people's first instinct is, no, that's not true. I never,
yeah. So a couple of scientists that supported this theory were like,
blackballed and probably like,
yeah, like they were
careers
like
over.
they had their, whatever.
Yeah, people were afraid to speak up on it. It's,
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens. You get fucking destroyed about it.
But yeah, super interesting. I think
I'm
you probably love
100%
it,
in.
and
yeah, check it
I'd
out.
love to hear your,
I'm enjoying
your thoughts
it.
on it. Yeah,
I'm enjoying it. And I've been like telling everybody I see. I'm like, you gotta.
yeah, I heard
you
it
know,
here and there. Other people talking about it. I'm like, this sounds interesting. I'll check it out. And then now I'm one of those people. It's like fucking celebrity tapes. Like it like reforms what you think about the world.
Oh,
like
I believe it.
how you look at the world.
Did
It's
you
like, if
ever
this is-
watch Bailing Out Loud, the new show with the girl with Tourette's?
No.
Who's made a show. Have you ever seen her? She
Yeah,
was
I've
always.
seen
on
I
her,
know
this.
yeah.
what it is. I haven't.
So now she's got her own show, but like, it's crazy how much that like when she can't go out of her house, basically, like it's nuts.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a weird thing.
kind of like a
that
boyfriend though too, right? Like the
The guy's a great dude.
yeah, yeah.
Seems like a
She-
great. She comes and seems like she really is lucky. She's got like a good family, good boyfriend. Like,
Yeah, Chris Cuomo had her on his podcast, or
Oh,
talk
yeah?
show, whatever. Yeah, like
Oh,
and,
that's right. Yeah.
yeah.
That went that like
And
it
he was like
a
laughing
viral
at her.
moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's got a great personality with it too, though. Like she can kind of laugh at it, but it's
Yeah, she says some pretty wild stuff.
it's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to laugh, but she's crushing it.
She must understand why we think it's funny.
Oh, she gets it. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you watch the show, you're almost like, I'm not into reality shows like that, but I followed her on
I'm
Instagram.
surprised, yeah.
My buddy's like, the show's awesome. Check it out.
Don't you
So I
kind of
did.
wish you could just like fake that you had it? Wouldn't that be kind of fun to walk through life?
I think a lot of people accused her of that because she
They
was like
did. Everybody
blowing
thought she
up
was
on
faking it.
TikTok.
I think a
and
lot
stuff.
most Tourette people have.
But
have
you should
been-
see them in
yeah.
public when they're just sitting there and they don't. It's very
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I
it's
saw a few
embarrassing
clips
for
of it.
them.
Yeah.
I can't
And then
imagine.
the one sister's like super overprotective, like thinks she's gonna fight everybody,
Yeah.
and then she got brothers, whatever. But
I'd have a hard time being out in public with somebody that did it. You
the
know,
last episode, she's going through the airport and she's
Yeah.
sitting like, she's on the line going, I have a gun. Pew pew pew.
Yeah,
I have a gun.
that was in the ad.
yeah,
was.
dude.
Yeah.
And it, like when you're watching it, and like she's on this long ass line just ticking out, and it's nuts. And
Taken out.
she's ticking
they
out, bro.
call it ticking. She was going to TickCon. It's like this thing, and she's gonna be a speaker there, and there's a whole
Yeah,
thing.
remember Twitchels from O&A?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I thought you were joking. I never.
There was a guy. It was a comic. He was at Tourette's. His name
Yeah.
was Twitchels. Yeah. Right? I think it was his name. Yeah.
Twitchels.
Yeah, man. If you made it this far,
We love you and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I hope somebody's on my side with all my hot takes today. of
other Irish
music.
drunks
Yeah.
or other people who are Irish.
Somebody will be.
Of course they will be.
All right.
Peace out.
Guys, I'll see you next week.